Mike, neither one of us profess to be hockey experts here.
Absolutely.
But you get to this point here, you've got to talk about what the Flyers are doing right now. The Philadelphia Flyers, who I thought were all but dead, they just about didn't make the playoffs. They had to go down to the last game of the year, a shootout. It came down to an overtime versus the Rangers. They get in. I'll tell you what, they are playing really well. They've had some great matchups. They haven't had to go against the Penguins, who were a nemesis during the year, or the Washington Capitals. Wait, Capitals? Yeah, that's still correct. It's Wizards, Capitals. They're still alive because they've had some good matchups, but you know what? They really seem to be playing all three of their lines. They're playing well together, and you really can't really focus on one player out there because they're playing well as a team right now.
Well, I think 4 times in the history of team sports in North America that a team has been behind 3-0 in a best-of-7 series and come back and won. I'm pretty sure this is the only one of the 4 where the team was behind 3-0 in Game 7 on the road and came back and won.
Also down 3-0 in that game, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm not sure what I said, but you know what I'm saying.
3-0 the series, but also 3-0 in goals during that Game 7 as well.
That's what I meant. And so it is something, and it's the kind of thing where hockey sort of has a cult following, but we're at the point now where this has happened. This has attracted interest that goes beyond the cult, and that's why you and I are talking about this. A couple things about this. Number one, it seems to me like since the Broad Street Bullies, it seems to me like for 30 years we've been hearing in the media and from fans that the Flyers need to go out and get a big, tough, physical, skilled defenseman. Well, this Chris Pronger is that guy. So maybe those people were right because they haven't had a guy like this for a long time, and you don't need to be a hockey expert to see the impact that this dude has on the game. Big, tough, defensive guy, and they have become a defensive-oriented team. People want to say, well, when these kind of things happen, people always say, well, it's the hot goalie thing. Well, it really isn't the hot goalie thing. They've had 2 goalies. It can't be 2 hot goalies, and a lot of it is defense more than goalie, and what they're doing is really, really remarkable. Yeah,
our hockey guy around here, Chip Smedley, he's been against the Flyers for a while and frustrated that they don't go out and get themselves a good goaltender. And it's funny, they've had 3 of them this year, maybe even 4 that worked because of injuries and so forth.
Yeah, right.
You say it's not a hot goaltender. I thought this team wasn't well put together, and I was hoping they actually would not make the playoffs just to show Ed Snyder, it's time to go retire in California again, Ed. But you know what? They're playing really well, and it's funny you say that this time of year, people do jump on. They have this cult following, but when you start doing what they've been doing, other people, the novelists, those that aren't involved in sport, my wife starts paying attention a little bit.
Unique things about hockey compared to other sports, though. It's fairly commonplace for teams to win deciding games in playoff series on the road. That happens all the time. And the other thing is, this series that the Flyers are playing right now, Canadians against the Flyers, is the 7 seed and against the 8 seed in the East.
Never happened before.
That could never happen in a zillion years in the NBA, for example. It's something that really is different about hockey. And when people say that hockey, I hear a lot of people say, I don't really pay attention to hockey, but I like the playoffs. Well, this is why. This is what's going on here.
Yeah, I think it's been great to see what they did in the Game 1 against Montreal. They win 6-0. That hasn't happened since 1919. They keep breaking these little records.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Again, I'm going to go back to everything lined up. The matchups were great. The 3 teams they wound up playing so far were good matchups for them, and that makes a difference this time of year.